Across the Midwest this morning, a polar blast of freezing air from Canada is plunging into the U.S. today and tomorrow, potentially breaking dozens of daily record low temperatures from the plains to the northeast. Hundreds of Border Patrol agents have arrived in New Orleans as part of a federal law enforcement operation. Business owner Tucker Mendoza says some residents are handing out whistles to hospitality workers.
The concept is if you see them, blow the whistle. That's as simple as it is. Let everybody know that they're in your neighborhood, that they're in the vicinity.
WWL in New Orleans reports federal agents rounded up groups of immigrant workers across the city yesterday, and agents in unmarked vehicles were stopping at locations where day laborers commonly gather. A Border Patrol commander says several hundred personnel have been deployed throughout the region, and they'll remain in New Orleans until the mission is accomplished. He said officials were still tallying the number of those detained. The Pentagon is deploying its first squadron of so-called suicide drones in the Middle East. The attack drones, which cost around $35,000 to make, were reportedly reverse-engineered from a captured Iranian drone. U.S. Central Command says the new drone was formed after Pete Hegseth ordered the acceleration of low-cost drone development. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff is meeting with a top Ukrainian official today in Miami as efforts continue to end that country's war with Russia. White House correspondent Steve Holland says President Trump had success in Gaza and is hoping for the same in Ukraine.
This one is very elusive, and Trump will tell you in great detail about the casualties and the problems there, but he's resistant to putting more pressure on the Russians so far.
Witkoff's meeting with the head of Ukraine's National Security Council comes after a 5-hour discussion with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow Tuesday. The Kremlin said those talks produced no breakthroughs, but President Trump said they went reasonably well. You're listening to the latest on NBC News Radio.
Broadcasting live and local, daily, from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street in Woonsocket. This is WOON AM and FM.
WOON Woonsocket.
Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
And a good morning. It is Coffee Ann time here on WOON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday morning, December the 4th. 2025. I'm Joe Callahan. That's Bob Lauder over there. Good morning to you, Bob.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
Good to have you here. Sue Tester McKenzie is here as well. Hi, Sue. Good morning. Good morning to you. And John Ward, who normally joins us on a Thursday, is not here.
He's off having good times playing golf.
Yeah, he's with his brothers doing their annual trip down to Florida and smacking golf balls around around whatever golf course. They actually go to a few.
And he has to put up with that heat and the humidity.
I thought he said they go to a different one every day.
They
do.
But
there's no heat and humidity right now.
There's no humidity.
You don't want to admit that because people from Florida are always calling you at this time of year saying how wonderful it is and fake commensuration, the fact that we have it a little cooler. And, you know.
Well, I heard from someone in Florida yesterday it was 74. And I've asked people, I said...
So what are you wearing? You wearing a hoodie?
To put a Parker on. I said, does the humidity ever go away? They said, yeah.
Yeah.
End of November, all of December, all of January, all of February. And then March, it comes right back. So these are the good months.
Yep. And it's funny because I only get notified from people in Florida when the weather is bad. Like they're sending me pictures of the iguanas falling out of the trees.
Oh, yeah, it's gotten that cold.
And an empty beach and things like that. You know, their spouse wearing a parka.
Well, the iguanas falling from the trees.
Well, if it gets so cold, the geckos can't move, and they fall out of They've been paralyzed, and they literally fall out of the trees.
I'm glad I live in Rhode Island.
Well, they're small.
And you know that like just happened. Well, some of them are bigger than that.
Well, I'm sure.
Some of the pictures I've seen, but it just happened not too long ago.
Okay.
It really did, which is kind of early, even for Florida.
when the
The
temperature
iguana falling. Okay.
when the temperature drops to 74, they all hop in their hot tubs, Bob, and warm up that way. So it's the trials and tribulations
I am
of
so
living
glad
in
I live
Orlando
up here.
or wherever you are down there in Florida. Okay, but they love it. So anyway, all right, moving on to other things now. Last week we taped the show because last week was Thanksgiving, and Sue, we gave Bob some fantastic information to pass along at Thanksgiving
Yes.
to talk, so he knows his family knows he's a Patriots fan. And were you able to use them, Bob?
Not really, but I saved them because
Well,
Christmas is coming.
Yeah, but now we're gonna have to change it a little.
Yeah.
The records change and things like that. So bring them back with you.
Okay,
and we'll
I
have to
have
go
them-
over them again.
I have them taped to the wall in the office,
Okay.
right by the phone, so I can see them.
So you did.
Why
no
couldn't
one,
you-
No one was watching football on Thanksgiving at all.
No, they were talking about other stuff.
Wow, and the Patriots never came up.
Wow.
Patriots never came up. The football game wasn't on. It was like a desert.
Wow.
Crickets.
So, but
Just
could you
about.
could you
They
contribute to
didn't
the
play
other part of it
cricket either.
Could you contribute to the other conversations that were going on?
Well, a
You
little
didn't need
bit.
Sue and I, did you?
Well,
I
it would
know,
have been a
right?
lot. It would have been a lot better if you two had been there. I mean, having Thanksgiving with your family has good parts to it, and it has lesser parts to it.
Well,
and,
sure. Okay.
So
All right.
you guys would have pushed up the good parts a lot.
That's why Thanksgiving's only once a year.
Now, I know you're not a football fan, Bob, but Sue, you probably saw this when the Patriots played on Monday Night Football, because it's just the funniest thing ever in a football game.
Ever.
Because when you're the place kicker, you have one job, Bob.
Right.
And what's the job?
To kick the
To kick the
football
ball
over the goalpost.
That's all. That's all
That's
you
all-
have to
that's
do.
it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Your job is to kick a stationary ball.
Right.
It's not moving. It's not like baseball,
Right.
coming at you at 95 miles an hour, and you're going to try to hit it, which is literally impossible, but it can be done. Your job is to kick a stationary ball.
Okay.
That's it.
Got the concept.
Okay. Here come the New York Giants to kick a field goal for 3 extra points, and the place kicker comes up and he missed the ball by about 6 inches, and he kicked the ground instead. And when you first see it, I don't know if you when you
I'm
saw it.
looking
So,
it up. I did.
all
I'm
right.
looking it up
Well,
for Bob.
when I saw it happen live, I'm like, oh, they're faking the field goal, which is a play you can do. I said, well, that's strange that they're doing it. But then they show you the replay, and he completely kicks the ground, and the punter who's holding the ball.
Right.
Basically, he's like, well, where are you? Where have you gone? Why haven't you kicked the ball yet? And then he sees what's happened, so he's got the ball.
Yeah.
And now people are rushing at him. So he gets up, he tries to take a look around to see who he can throw it to. He's got nobody to throw it to, and so therefore the Patriots just tackled him. So it ends up being a sack. But it is so funny to see you've been practicing on the sideline kicking the ball. I thought maybe he slipped. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, so
right.
And because they plant their left foot right next to the ball and then
Right.
kick with their right,
Yeah.
if you're right-footed. He didn't slip. He planted it just like you're supposed to, and he just came up 6 to 8 inches short. And it is so funny to
It looked
see.
like more than 6 to 8 inches.
Maybe a little.
But the
divot
direction of his foot
is straight down.
is completely
Yeah.
straight down. It was like he was trying to kick the ground.
So
I have a place on a football team then.
yes,
I could
it is
play
such
this.
it is such a.
I could have kicked that ball with my heels.
At least when they hit.
Oh.
I've seen the Patriots do this at Gillette Stadium, where they pull people out of the crowd at halftime, and they have contests to see who can kick a field goal. And by the way, this is a difficult task. They'll try to kick it from 10 yards away. You think, 10 yards is nothing. No, you got to really practice it. But
Well, you got to get it up too.
That's right. But even people they pulled out of the crowd who've come to kick the ball have all kicked the ball. They've all hit it. Now, did it make it over the crossbar? Some didn't, some didn't. Okay,
Right.
That's another story. But how can you miss
The ball.
a stationary ball that you're staring at? You're looking right at it when you come to kick. So I'm like,
You've never seen
has this-
Charlie Brown, huh?
Well, the ball's pulled away. That's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
But and I thought about it. Does he still have a job?
Yeah.
Well,
right.
The Giants are 2-11, and there's only 4 weeks to go. So I think the rule is Well, you're gone next year. There's no reason to bring anybody else in. We're not going to the playoffs. So trying to find somebody
You
else
can
right
hang
now
around
is
till the end of the
so-
season.
You will hang around. We're going to keep paying you to the end of the year, and then, boy, you are just done.
Well,
You're done with us.
He must have had a lot of good shots. I mean,
Well, yeah.
this
Yeah.
is one screw up. He
But
missed,
I've never seen. Football's strange. You do a really bad screw up like this.
Yeah, that's your one job.
That is your one job.
Now
To hit the ball. At
This
least.
player doesn't play with the team at any other time during the game, or
He kicks. He kicks. When they have touchdowns and
right.
and after field goals, they kick off the ball.
Right.
He does that too, and that's when it's on a stand, and he comes along and kicks the ball. He still does that.
But he doesn't play in any of the.
No other positions. No.
No.
The place kicker only kicks the ball.
Oh, okay.
The punter, he kicks the ball, but he also holds the ball up right for the place kicker.
Okay.
They have two jobs.
Okay.
So yeah, because you always see it if and it happened on Monday Night Football when we have a run back for a touchdown, the last person the runner has to pass is the kicker, and they can't tackle. They're just lousy at it because I don't know how much they practice it. All we need you to do is kick. We need you to go in the weight room and work on your legs to build them up so they're powerful, and then go back out there and practice kicking
And
from the
kick
20,
the
from the
ball.
30, from
Just
the 40,
kick the
from
ball.
the 50. That's all you have to do. And we're going to pay you with gobs and gobs of money to do it. But if you can't hit the ball, that's not moving.
Okay.
I don't know how you keep your job in the National Football League. So,
wow.
All right. So that's what happened on Monday Night Football. So it was actually very funny. And the Patriots won that game too, Bob. So, all right. Moving along, it is a shotgun deer season. Starts on Saturday. So be careful when you're doing your outside walking around in the woods.
Well,
If you're not wearing orange, you could be shot.
I meant
this
to.
morning that there was there's exemptions for people who were shooting with bow and arrow, or were shooting in a boat at ducks, and it didn't seem to me to be very smart to be out in the woods with a bow and arrow without having the orange coverings.
The archers have to be in archery only areas, so you're not shooting with your bow and arrow the same times with the shotgun people. You're in different areas. And the waterfowl hunters, they hunt from a boat or a blind with decoys. They're exempt from wearing orange. So if you're on a boat, you're okay. And if you're trying to blend in with the ground,
Yeah.
you don't have to. But
What
any other
about
thoughts, Sue?
people like with all of these trails that the state of Rhode Island has that are in the woods? Like, is there a designated how far they need to keep from certain trails?
Anyone in state management areas and undeveloped state parks during shotgun season must wear 500 square inches of solid fluorescent orange,
Okay.
like an orange vest or an orange hat, through Friday, January 2nd. This goes on for a couple of weeks.
I'm going to have to get a vest or something.
Now, I know that you refer to it as shotgun season.
Yes.
But is it really shotguns? Is the only weapon you can use, or could you use a rifle or a .22 or something like that?
Any shotgun. I don't know, but a pistol, I don't think.
No, I wasn't thinking of
Yeah.
a pistol so much as a .22 caliber rifle.
So, yes.
That would qualify as a shotgun, even though a
Yes.
shotgun is a different caliber and has different kind of projectiles.
According to Dave, yes.
Okay.
So there you go.
Okay, so
just-
I'm impressed there, Bob. Very good.
He knows that. The big thing I was trying to point out is if you're going to take a walk in the woods,
Yeah.
best to wear some orange, not camouflage.
Yeah.
And don't wear those hat with the big antlers like you're trying to be a reindeer.
Oh, gee.
Well, at the holidays, yeah, right?
I know. So that's not well. Although I haven't heard of anyone being shot in Rhode Island
Well,
in the past couple of years.
you know, when I saw it,
may have happened.
I saw it on the news. They started warning people about it a few weeks ago, actually.
Yeah.
And I was wondering because some of the trails that are in the woods, like there's one, for example, in Little Compton. It's called Dunderry Brook Trail.
Okay.
I believe that's the exact name. And there's a boardwalk through the woods. Now, granted, it's not heavily deep into the woods, but it's still woods.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're still going to have deer. What the rules were for something like that, being that specific. I mean, that's
If you're on the trail,
yeah, on that boardwalk. I'm not talking.
I think if you're on the trail, you can wear whatever you want.
Okay, that's
But if
what.
you're going to start wandering off,
Yeah.
then you
Yes, I
better
can't wander off with with Ron, but I was just curious about those specific trail. But you just mentioned the Acadia management area.
State management areas and undeveloped state parks.
So Acadia does have a boardwalk.
They do. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So something to be aware of. You're going hunting starting on Friday, going all the way to January 2nd.
Make it easy. Get an orange vest.
Get an orange vest.
I think if I was really that interested, I'd probably buy the venison at a good market. Go inside.
Where can you buy venison, Bob?
Therefore, Bob's not going hunting.
Not on. Besides going online, do you know a place?
I have no idea.
I actually know there is a place. It's actually in my town where you can buy venison.
Wow.
And buffalo too, for that matter. If you like it. It's a very small select grocery store.
Now, do we harass him because Thanksgiving has come and gone, and he had the table that had no potatoes?
No potatoes, no turkey soup.
You had no turkey?
No turkey.
What the heck happened with that?
We went with rotisserie chicken.
Those are good.
And the reason why is because it was just myself and my wife and my daughter, 3 of us. You can't buy a small turkey.
You can buy turkey breast.
I thought of doing that as well, but I'm like,
that's what I did.
But I really
well, not for this year, but I.
But I really like my the rotisserie chicken. And by the way, I am not the only one. I was standing in the supermarket at an empty rotisserie chicken thing.
I believe it.
Me and somebody else, another guy, waiting for the chickens to come out of the oven.
I believe it.
And we got fresh cooked chicken right out of the oven.
There you go.
What'd you find? About
the Butcher Brothers has venison.
Oh well, all right. There you go, Bob.
So that's right here in Woonsocket.
Yeah.
But there are some places that you can get
buy
it.
Fresh venison. Well,
yeah, according
fresh,
to this, though, yeah. Butcher Brothers did come up. All venison results near the Woonsocket area, and yeah, they came up.
Have you had venison?
In some case, that's what it says. According
to
this.
Have you ever eaten?
No.
It? No.
I had a driver that was a hunter, and he was very big on the game dinners and things along those lines.
Have you ever had venison?
Yes, one of our neighbors goes hunting.
Okay.
And last year he was very generous and came back and brought us some. Yes.
Yeah. You like it?
Yeah.
How was it prepared? Will you grill it or put it in the oven? Or
I imagine my wife put it in the oven.
Okay.
I don't think it was grilled.
I've had grilled venison before. Not a big fan. It's a little gamey, I thought.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why they call them game dinners.
Yes, that's right.
And you either like it or you pretty much like it or you don't.
Right. All right, we're going to take our first break here on the Coffee AM program. More coming your way, 766-1240. We got a note to get to, and we'll get to it when we come back on Coffee AM.
ON 1240.
Your premier real estate expert is Scott McGee of the Stearns McGee team at RE/MAX Properties in North Smithfield. Scott has had extensive training and knows the latest real estate strategies. He can offer you knowledge and tools most other agents can't. To see the latest listings from the Stearns McGee team at RE/MAX Properties, visit this website, McGeeSoldMyHouse.com. Scott McGee of Stearns McGee team at RE/MAX Properties can help you buy or sell your home.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
With Target, gifting has never been easier. This Saturday and Sunday, Target gift cards are 10% off with Target Circle. Treat everyone on your list to something you know they'll love. Gift cards for the trendsetters, the techies, the fashionistas, the foodies, and even yourself. The perfect time to save is now. This deal is a yearly fave, so hurry. Get more gifting for your buck and save 10% on Target gift cards with Target Circle for 2 days only. Only at Target. Restrictions apply.
The Coffee AM panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
ON, AM, and FM.
It is Coffee In here on ON. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan with Bob Lotter and Sue Tessier-McKenzie. And it's time, Sue, for a first message from the Blackstone Valley Call and Times.
Well, good morning. Again, every week we're talking about the holidays. Holidays are upon us. However, we do still have some great advertising opportunities available front page advertising. You can't get a front page spot for the price. $125 if you book just one strip ad across the top. Across the bottom, excuse me. It's 11.125 inches by 3 inches. If you book 2 or more, they're now only $100 each. I do still have some dates available, so if you're interested in that, give me a call at 401-487-4136.
All right, Sue, thanks. And a note called in, and people are really split on this next subject, and it's about the when the U.S. went down to Venezuela and blew up the boats.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and people are either there's no middle ground on this, Bob. They're either for it or they are against it. There's no, I don't know kind of thing. Yeah. And that's what the note deals with. And they do want your opinion on, Bob. It just says about the boat incidents, from what I've heard, which is a hollow explanation of why they blew this boat out of the water, killing people. What should have been done was to bring the occupants in the boat to shore and deal with them within the law accordingly. Looks like they're going to sweep this under the rug, which is disgusting. I mean, like, who's going to tackle this issue and how to prosecute? What do you say, Bob? Now, the problem is it's not the United States waters. So are we applying United States law to what's going on in international waters?
I think we are swimming into a very bad situation. And to make a ridiculous but analogous observation, suppose the government of Canada had said that lobsters were illegal in Canada. Suppose the government of Canada saw fishing boats off the coast of Maine filling up with lobsters and presumed that they were coming to Canada to deliver the lobsters, and the Canadian Air Force blew up the boats. I would think down in Washington there would be a little bit of concern about whether or not this was an act of war. And I think that the United States government, in attacking foreign vessels in international waters where the foreign vessels are not engaged in any kind of obvious illegal activities, such as trying to take over a ship, or having arms that they're using, such as in the Gulf over in off the coast of Africa. I think we're treading into an area of deep concern. And when the president goes further and talks about maybe we should have land forces in Venezuela, unless we have an act by Congress that declares war, I don't think that that's a wise thing for this government to be doing.
Okay, and they weren't. I don't even know if Venezuelan has a navy, but they weren't naval ships that we blew up. They were basically private boats.
Now, and I missed this part in the news. Were they in fact smuggling drugs?
Well, that's what we're told.
That's right.
Did they find any? I don't know, because it all blew up.
I agree with the caller that they should have been handled the legal way. Bring them to shore. Wasn't something innocent? Somebody innocent killed or something?
I don't know.
There's something I heard. I might be mixing up
the second part of what they're criticizing down in Washington is the allegations that the first airstrike apparently sank the boat and killed a number of people, but there were several people who were survivors clinging to wreckage or something like that, and the Air Force then went in and killed them as well.
I think that might be what I'm thinking then.
The issue is whether or not those people posed a threat, and whether or not they might, if they had been combatants, were they in fact surrendering and therefore should not have been killed. I think the Geneva Convention basically says that if you are in combat and you have been apprehended by the opposing forces and you are throwing down your weapons and giving up and surrendering.
Were they?
That seems to be the allegations. But if it was in combat such as that, and the victorious side decided to mow down the surrendering troops, then you've committed a war crime. I think there's the famous situation in the forest in Germany in 1945 or 44 when German troops surrounded some, I believe it was Allied forces, and after they had surrendered, killed them all.
Shot them anyway.
Right.
It's murky, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think that the administration should be acting more in league with finding out how Congress is going to react to this and working out a overall national scheme as opposed to just arbitrarily going off and...
Well, it looks like Trump was trying to offer to the president of Venezuela, free, for him and his family, free passage out, so we can go in and just take over the country, or whatever he was planning on doing. And the president of Venezuela told him to, go pound sand, basically, kind of thing.
I think that it's very dangerous for the United States to be taking that kind of an attitude.
Yeah.
And I think that we are just extraordinarily fortunate that we're not dealing with a foreign power that has influence with Venezuela, or we could be back to the Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962.
Mm-hmm. All right.
No,
yes,
I was just, I had a question just of my own.
Okay.
Cruise ships go into Venezuela.
Cruise ships? Okay.
So
Like a
what's
Royal
to, what's to stop them from taking out a cruise ship with
By mistake,
whatever
yeah.
excuses they have?
It could happen.
And that's
Mistakes
what I'm
happen.
saying. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to handle things the right way, and the language I want to use, you'd have to beat me. But everybody would get the gist.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I know they used it as a deterrent. Hey, drug boats, stop doing what you're doing, or we're going to blow you out of the water. Has it worked? Well, so far. But you never know if they're going to come back stronger or whatever.
I would think that if the United States were justifying it, they could probably wait until the alleged drug ships came into the
U.S.
U.S. waters
Yes.
and then take action against them. But to do it out against
Off their own coast.
in another country's area or in international waters without having justification, I think they're really treading in a dangerous area. And if another country were doing it against one of us or our allies, I think Washington's reaction would be far different.
All right, moving on to other things going on. We have this fine young man here in Rhode Island, accused of committing at least 16 armed robberies between 2019 and 2025, and he's making his way around the state.
Bob's wondering why I'm laughing about that. You obviously didn't see it either.
He's spreading himself around, Bob.
Okay, what's the downside on this?
He's done allegedly done armed robberies
you'll get it.
in Cranston, Johnston, Providence, Pawtucket, and in Woonsocket. He was arrested Tuesday night and arraigned Wednesday on 10 counts of first-degree robbery related to cases in Providence County. Cranston police believe this man, Keivery Alston, is responsible for at least 6 robberies in their city alone. Okay, and he allegedly uses a knife during the robberies, threatens to use a firearm.
Okay.
Is it worse to use a firearm than a knife, Bob? Back to your criminal days.
I would think they're both equally
bad?
dangerous. Yes.
Okay,
But
so
I want to tell Bob the real.
Okay, go ahead.
What's the other side?
No, you finish what you're saying.
No, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Driving an Amazon truck dressed like an Amazon driver.
Oh, well, it does say
because he's an
driver.
Amazon delivery driver.
And then he's doing the robberies?
This is how yes.
And then hops back in his truck?
Yes. An Amazon truck as his getaway vehicle. What took so long to catch him?
Well, we got to do a thorough investigation.
Well, remember a few years back when one of the local banks was robbed during daylight by a guy who had a beard, was wearing a sundress, had a hat on, and he escaped by using a bicycle?
Yeah, that's right. The Santander Bank got robbed, yeah.
I mean,
I remember that one.
That was great. It was the bank's like a block and a half away from the police station.
Yeah.
And you're escaping on a bicycle?
Didn't have a car. But, I think about that. I go, if you're going to do a crime, don't you want to dress like as bland as possible?
As possible, right.
So when people say, well, what do you look like? What was he wearing? Well, blue jeans, a black sweatshirt, black hat. Okay, that could be anybody, kind of thing. So, but if you're gonna wear your Amazon driver jacket, and you get into an Amazon vehicle, well, you're pretty easy to find.
Well, yeah, but I would imagine
it really narrows it down.
If you took a snapshot of the city right now, there must be probably half a dozen Amazon vehicles in town making normal deliveries.
All right,
you're going to be going out and stopping each one, and
how many of them are driven by women? Let's say half.
Idea.
Okay, half. Well, we can knock those out right away.
Yeah, but you have to stop them, and
now we're down to 8.
All right,
but they're not looking for you. They're not looking for your car. They're not looking for Sue's car. They're not looking for my car. We're just looking at Amazon trucks. Okay, maybe there's 10 in the city. We can stop all 10 within an hour.
Okay.
And he's still making the deliveries? I think that's even funnier.
So
get a hobby, a side job.
We get call-ins. You get call-ins and notes handed to you.
Yeah.
I get text messages.
Okay.
So I just Googled, do cruise ships go to Venezuela?
Oh, okay.
And I got an answer of yes, cruise ships do go to Venezuela. Okay.
Okay.
But my son sent me a message that says no, they don't, because it's considered too dangerous for Americans.
Okay.
So I'm curious, Alex, let me know what.
Maybe Royal Caribbean
you
and
searched.
Carnival have decided, all right, we're not going there
maybe.
anymore. Gonna
Yeah,
kill
I'm
the
curious.
tourism down there in Venezuela.
Because the other one says it does, so.
Okay.
He'll text me his source.
All right, we're going to take another break here on the Coffee AM program, so Sue, time for a second
darn it.
message from the Blackstone Valley Call-in Times.
I literally just gave a message.
I know.
Anyway, again, just anything you need, be it back edition to the paper, give me a call. I can see how I can arrange to get those for you. If you're looking for legal, you can call Christina at 767-8503. She handles all legals, classifieds, and obituaries. So if you need something in back obituary, we can get you PDF files of whatever you need going back. You can call my cell phone for any kind of advertising inquiries at 401-487-4136.
All right, Bob. All right, Sue. Thank you very much. More Coffee Ants coming up. Time for the forecast being brought to you by Compassion International.
Becoming mostly cloudy today with a high of 38 degrees and a breeze from the west up to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies, overnight low of 9 degrees above zero, wind chill values as low as zero itself, with a stiff breeze from the northwest over 35 miles per hour. Friday's weather, sunshine and 28, calm wind. Friday night, a slight chance of snow after 1 a.m. Saturday, a 40% chance of snow or rain throughout the day, but mild temperatures, 38 degrees, mostly cloudy skies all day. Little or no accumulation of snow is expected on Saturday. Sunday, partly sunny with a high of 39. Monday, sunshine and 26. Tuesday, mostly sunny skies, 34. And on Wednesday, our next little chance of snow, but mostly it's going to be a sunny day with a high of 40 degrees Wednesday.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, we do have sunny skies and a temperature reading of 31 degrees. Imagine a child in extreme poverty waiting over 3 to 65 days to be sponsored. End their wait today. Become a Compassion sponsor. Text radio to 83393.
Happy Thanksgiving from John Chan and everybody at Chan's Fine Oriental Dining, 267 Main Street in Woonsocket. Tomorrow night, November 28th, it's Zilch on stage at Chan's. That's the tribute to the Monkees and more. Zilch plays those classic songs, and even some songs in the Monkees themselves actually never played on stage live, to perfection. New England's most accurate Monkees tribute, Zilch promises an atmosphere of fun and entertainment for any event, and it's tomorrow night at Chan's from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., 20 in advance, 25 at the door. Then on Saturday, November 29th, 8 to 10, it's David Tessier's All-Star Stars. November 29th, featuring Paolo Zeus Souza, John Patrick Brennan, Al Lombardi, Nate Consalco, and Julia Bartonelli. A musical collective of like-minded artists and top-notch musicians assembled to perform rock and roll works of all kinds. It's at Chan's, 15 in advance, 20 at the door, Saturday night at 8 o'clock. At Chan's Fine Oriental Dining, 267 Main Street in Woonsocket. And, drop by for the food, too.
Hey, Woonsocket, guess who's back in business? Trudeau's Auto Repair on Cass Avenue is officially reopened under brand new local ownership. Fabricio and Kristen invite you back to Trudeau's Auto Repair. With more than 20-plus years of automotive experience, the new owners have been a longtime customer of Trudeau's, and they're committed to continuing the honesty, trust, and care Trudeau's has always been known for. Tune-ups, diagnostics, oil changes, and general automotive repair, plus Rhode Island State inspections can all be done at Trudeau's Auto Repair, 654 Cass Avenue, Woonsocket, follow them on Facebook.
ON Radio. ON Worldwide.
It is Coffee and here on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Sue Tesser McKenzie and attorney Bob Lauder. And Bob, time for your message from your law office, please.
Good morning.
Make it a good one.
Thank you. Well, you see, it's double printed. So.
I can see how big that text is. I'm
Good.
impressed.
Thank you. Good morning. This is attorney Bob Lauder. I'd like to talk to you this morning about a recent decision of the Rhode Island Supreme Court which deals with police lineups. And that's a procedure we've all seen in television shows where a victim is presented with a line of individuals and asked if the victim can identify from the lineup the individual who may have committed the crime. This case is known as Gallup versus the state of Rhode Island and was decided just last week. In the Gallup case, gunfire broke out as patrons were leaving a nightclub in Providence and an individual was killed. The defendant was placed in a lineup, and two of the eyewitnesses identified the defendant as the individual firing the weapon. And one of the eyewitnesses had known the defendant since childhood. After conviction for the crime of first-degree murder, the defendant appealed the conviction to the state Supreme Court, arguing that the prosecutor had violated the provisions of Rule 16 of the Rules of Criminal Procedure, because the prosecutor had failed to notify the defendant that after his arrest, the witnesses had become participants in the state's witness protection program and received financial compensation in the form of assistance in securing alternative and protected housing. The Supreme Court disagreed. The court pointed out that Rule 16 requires the state produce only recorded statements of a witness, a summary of the witnesses, expected trial testimony, and any records of a prior conviction. The court noted that while the suppression by the prosecution of evidence favorable to the accused violated due process, where the evidence is either material or to the guilt or to the punishment, or whether the nature of the exculpatory or impeachment evidence must be sufficiently central to the criminal case, there must be a reasonable probability that the evidence has been disclosed to the defense, that the result of such disclosure would have been different. In this case, there was no compelling evidence that the fact that the witnesses were receiving protection in the state's witness protection program made their identification of the defendant any less likely, especially since one of the witnesses had known the defendant since childhood. If you think my office may be assistance to you in legal matters, please call me for an appointment. My name is Bob Lauder. My telephone number is 762-4550. And the disclaimer, the Supreme Court of Rhode Island licenses all attorneys in the general practice of law. The court does not license any attorney as an expert or specialist in any field of practice. Thank you.
All right, Bob. You know, I've always wanted to be in a lineup.
Really?
Not, because you got to put, I don't know, 5 or 6.
Right.
I mean, not to be one that gets, knowing I haven't done the crime.
Right.
But how do they get the other people in the lineup? Do you know?
The only time I've known of somebody was years ago when Terry McKenna, who used to run Terry's Tire Service, he was friendly with some of the police officers in Woonsocket, and he would sometimes be called in to stand in a lineup.
Okay.
Because
he was the right height, or
he was approximately the same as the suspected criminal was, and he was friendly with the police, and they'd call him and say, "Hey, want to come down?" And sure, he'd go down and take part in it.
Sounds like fun.
Right?
I don't know how much fun it is.
Not fun, but, stand there,
Do
look
they
serious.
feed you lunch or anything?
You know? His $10 was just coming on down.
I mean, really. Come on down. We'll have lunch after the lineup.
He just did it because, civic duty and,
Okay.
And he lived so close, too.
Right.
Well, yeah.
I mean, extremely close, so.
I'll have to ask Chief Oates next time I see him. How can I get in on this? And I want to be part of the lineup.
Yeah, but what if the victim says, it's that guy right there?
Well, they'll have to go back to the person and say, well, you picked the wrong guy, because that's a setup.
That's
right.
That's what all the defendants are going to be saying.
Say that? Well, all right.
It's a setup.
I'd like to try it one time. It's like jury duty. You want to give it a shot one time.
Okay.
I mean, I've been called for jury duty a few times. Have not made it to the jury yet. I still want to get on a jury, and but that's just
someone was. Now, if you were the defendant and you saw this guy come in who's eager to be on the jury, are you going to really want him to be the one who's making the decisions as to whether you live or die?
They don't know I'm eager to be on the jury, Bob. I sit there real quiet.
You just told everybody you're eager.
Well, now I have, but now, because of where I live, and where I go for jury duty is Fall River or New Bedford.
Yep.
So they're not going to know. So there you go.
Okay.
All righty. Moving on. I guess things are moving forward on the sale of Roger Williams Medical Center and Our Lady of Fatima Hospital in North Providence. It's a Georgia-based nonprofit. They say they're making progress in getting their financing to buy the two hospitals and keep it open, which is a
I
good
hope
thing.
they can keep them open, yes.
Yes. Channel 12 is saying that according to a new court filing, the Centurion Foundation, that's the Georgia-based nonprofit, estimates closing on the bonds needed to finance the deal by mid-January. These things always go slowly.
Yes, and I would imagine they've undertaken some evaluations as to whether or not the finances they're going to be receiving from patients are going to be sufficient to keep these things profitable after they purchase them, and that's real difficult.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And I have to say, I'm just when you're talking about hospitals, and I just got this bill yesterday. So everybody's complaining about insurance, right?
Sure.
Insurance doesn't do this, insurance doesn't do that. It's constant. I got a bill yesterday.
But sometimes they do. They do pay.
Right. But I got a bill. Overall, I've been very fortunate with my health insurance. This bill is for $1,276.85 for an ambulance ride to go 4.5 miles.
Wow.
4.5 miles. It's all written down. From Rhode Island.
It's itemized out, right?
To Rhode Island.
Okay.
And I have the bill in my car. I thought I had it in my purse, but I left it in my car. So that I can go to the Blue Store and say, what the hell is this? And the notice on the bill says out of network.
Oh.
How can it be out of network when you're transported from Rhode Island to Rhode Island and my insurance is Rhode Island?
I have
Cross
no
Blue Shields,
idea.
Rhode Island. So I'm dying to go to the Blue Store. I shall update you all next week
please.
and see
The only thing
what.
that come close to that was I got a bill one time having a procedure done, and I got a bill from the insurance company telling me, and then I got a bill from the anesthesiologist because they told me the anesthesiologist was out of network, and I said, but I was asleep.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know he was out of network, and they did eventually fix that, or something along those lines.
Yeah,
where
I believe
I
it.
was knocked out when they made the decision to do X.
Right.
I couldn't tell them not to do it. So, all right, we're not gonna. You don't have to worry about that bill kind of thing. So, but you as the consumer, you got to jump through the hoops soon and try to figure it out.
And that's a first. My ambulance transport, which we've had many in almost 6 years. We'll make
And this
6
is the
years
first one?
next month.
It's out of network.
$50 is what I pay. That's out of pocket.
Yeah.
But $1,200. No wonder insurance denies stuff.
Sure. Yeah. All right, Bob. There's we got a good murder trial going on in Massachusetts. It's the Brian Walsh trial. I don't know if you're following this one at all.
Not at all.
my God,
What's Brian Walsh doing?
This happened a couple of years ago.
What did he do? Is the question.
He's accused. He's from Cohasset, all right, and he's accused of killing and dismembering his wife.
Okay.
Now they have never found the body.
All right.
Okay, but
what evidence do they have of her?
a state police forensic
Hold
scientist
on.
described items linked to Anna Walsh's that were found in a dumpster. These include a hacksaw, a tarp, a cleaning suit, stained towels, and Anna Walsh's vaccine card. An insurance salesman also testified that Anna Walsh received a high health rating for a policyholder. Now, Brian Walsh's defense, or what they're going with, he's saying, well, my wife died suddenly, and he panicked and disposed of the body. This
So
is
he's
one of the
admitted to
weakest-
that.
This is
He's
one of the weakest
admitted to it.
defenses I've ever heard.
He dismembered and disposed of. He
But-
is admitted to that.
Yeah, but won't say where she is.
Which is confusing to me.
Where is she? What
You know,
is there? Some over here and some over there, or whatever. He's also accused of. This is my favorite. He would take his son's iPad, his tablet, and that's where he did.
Oh, this is hilarious.
That's where he did his searches for how do you dispose of a body.
what kind of saw do you use to dismember a body?
Yeah.
All of this is in the Google search.
Of his
And
son's
that's
tablet,
now
who's
being-
like 7, let's say. So it's something a 7-year-old would not be searching for. And then they got him on tape, on videotape, going, and I know it's circumstantial, but going to Home Depot and buying the tarp
Yeah.
and buying the cleaning supplies and all
What's
that.
what can clean blood?
Blood, yeah. That's the stuff he's searching for. But
some of the time I'm real glad that I'm still living in the 19th century, because if I were trying to get that, I think I'd go to the library, look it up in books where there's not exactly a trace amount.
If you've already killed your wife and dismembered her and disposed of her, there's still your young kids at home. You don't want to bring them to the library, I guess. I don't know what he's thinking. So, but it's just like, gee, wow. Well, maybe they won't look at my son's laptop or tablet, Sue. This will be safe for me to search over here.
Wait a minute, hold on. My brain just went south. What is his name again?
Brian Walsh.
Brian Walsh.
And Walsh is with an E at the end.
I put the wrong name in.
So
now, fill me in for, again, the guy in the 19th century. I thought it was possible to just erase your
you can erase your history
on the
well, yeah, but it still can be found. But yeah, he should have gone back and erased his history of what he was searching, and it wouldn't be there when you initially looked for it.
When you initially looked,
but did he do that? No, he left it there, and they found it rather easily.
All right.
So, but how difficult is it for the prosecution?
Oh, can a body decompose in a plastic bag? Was another.
That was another one. How difficult is it for the prosecution to claim murder when you don't have the body?
I think in this particular circumstance, it's going to be pretty evident. If he said that she died and he
disposed of the body after panicking.
Yeah, I think that's probably highly unbelievable. And,
do you know what the panic was, Sue?
What?
He basically said he panicked and got rid of her because he knew. He said this. He knew the police were going to think he's the suspect first. Well, no kidding. They always look at the spouse first. Don't you watch TV? Don't you watch Law and Order? They always look at the spouse first. Where were you?
And they did find traces of blood with a certain, like, to the naked eye you can't see it, but with the lighting or whatever it is that they used in his car, and they found
her blood in his car. So, but anyway, it's day 3. Was
now,
yesterday.
If you could only have gotten her onto a boat off Venezuela, everything would have been.
I know. Bob, you're right. All right, Bob. It's time for a second message from your law office, and then we'll take another break here on the Coffee and program.
Thank you. Good morning. This is Attorney Bob Lauder. The second issue I'd like to discuss with you this morning involves the protection of collections of tangible and valuable assets. Many of us throughout our lives have engaged in the collection of items of personal property, whether it be coins, or jewelry, fine art, autographs, or even for those of us who were high school athletically challenged, postage stamps. As time passes, some of these items have increased in value, and their existence can add to the value of one's decedent estate. I'd like to recommend that in the event you possess such a collection, it would be worthwhile to undertake several tasks. The first one is to identify the collection and make the existence of the collection known to your friend, family, and heirs at law, so that after your death a search may be made to locate the items and secure them for further distribution. Second, I suggest that you leave with your collection or your family or heirs at law a statement as to the presumed value of the collection and notes on how the collection may be most profitably liquidated, with the names and addresses of known marketers of this particular asset. And third, that you consider insuring the collection so that in the event of catastrophe, either by theft or damage as a result of a casualty, the value of the collection may be paid to you and not otherwise lost. If you think my office may be of assistance to you in legal matters, please call me for an appointment. My name is Bob Lauder. My telephone number is 762-4550. And the disclaimer: the Supreme Court of Rhode Island licenses all attorneys in the general practice of law. The court does not license to certify any attorney as an expert or specialist in any field of practice. Thank you.
All right, Bob, thanks. And the Coffee and program will continue here on ON Radio.
ON 1240. Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse offers authentic homemade Polish food to make your next meal special. Try our many varieties of hot and fresh pierogies with onions and what they call dirty sour cream. Or pick up golubki, kielbasa, babkas, or some fresh rye bread. We also offer a large selection of specialty and imported foods. Open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 9 in the morning till 6 p.m., Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays from 8 to 5 p.m. It's Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse. Follow us on Facebook and learn about our weekly specials. Located at 855 Social Street, Woonsocket, Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse has all the authentic Polish foods you love.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Staples presents An Easy Holiday.
My holiday list was a mile long.
Fa la 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 boo hoo hoo.
Staples made it easy with big savings on tech gifts.
I'm listening.
And I saved big on custom holiday cards, too. Plus, Staples has UPS shipping in store.
Holy flying reindeer. Shop Staples today for 60% off custom cards, invites, wrapping paper, labels, stamps, and photo gifts.
That was easy.
In-store and online expires 12/20. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
The third annual ON AM and FM Bowling for Milk. Sunday, December 7th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the new Ryan's Family Amusements, formerly Walnut Hill Bowl, 1666 Diamond Hill Road in Woonsocket. For just $25 per person, you get 2 hours of bowling, plus rental shoes. There'll be plenty of gift baskets with prizes that include tickets to Providence Bruins games, an autographed picture of New England Patriot player Christian Gonzalez, and $50 gift cards to Bally's Twin River Casino. ON Radio's Cruisin' Bruce Palmer will be there spinning the tunes, too. We look forward to seeing you at the third annual ON AM and FM Radio Bowling for Milk on Sunday, December 7th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. as we raise money for the Milk Fund at Ryan's Family Amusements, Diamond Hill Road, Woonsocket.
We're always here for you. ON Radio.
ON AM and FM.
Okay, Coffee Ann here on ON. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan along with Bob Lauder and Sue Tester McKenzie. Yeah, Bowling for Milk on Sunday, by the way, if you want to come down and help out the Milk Fund from 11 to 2.
Where's that taking place?
Ryan's Family Amusements, right here in Woonsocket, formerly Walnut Hill Bowl.
Okay.
Just come on down on the Social Street.
Are you going to be participating?
Oh, I'll be there. Last year, Dave actually filmed me. I bowled a strike. I was thinking of joining the PBA tour.
Fantastic.
With my one strike.
Then you hit a gutter ball and said, maybe that's not the best.
I'm only bowling a 180. Maybe I'm not. Well, Rhode Island makes the national news once again. There's a man down in Pawtucket who's got on his porch 2 300-pound statues of lions. Okay. Someone has stolen one of them.
Oh my goodness!
It's on video of someone pulling up, trying to lift it up, and couldn't because it was too heavy.
Okay.
So he came back later with a friend of his, and the two of them were able to finally lift it up. The theft of a 300-pound cement statue of a lion in Pawtucket is being investigated. Doorbell camera video showed 2 men. Well, they really couldn't lift it up. They had to drag it. They dragged the statue off the front porch of a house on Monday night. And the homeowner's son told Channel 12 the statue has sentimental value. It's only concrete. It's not really worth anything. Anyone with information is asked to contact Pawtucket police.
Now, in the videos, do they get license plates or any kind of identification?
What are you seeing, Sue? Can you see a truck in the video or anything?
Well, there is a...
Are they just showing the statue of being dragged off the thing?
They got it on the Ring camera.
Yeah.
So what happened is one guy went over there trying to get it. Couldn't do anything with it.
No, it's too heavy.
And it was because it was too heavy and brought friends.
Yeah. Okay. And
now, what do you do with something like that? If you put it in your yard, your neighbors are going to suddenly notice a concrete line.
Now he's worried they're going to come back and take the second one too. So that's what he's really concerned about too, because they're his, and
right.
It's only a rock, basically, is what it is.
But just the same, I was wondering what the criminals are going to be doing.
Well, you
with
can't
these
sell
things.
it for. You're not going to get any money for this. Would you buy it? I wouldn't buy it.
Door to door,
and it looks like a cartoon lion. It doesn't even look like a real lion. It's like, But he likes it, which is fine.
Right.
So, but anyway, well, that's what happened in Pawtucket.
I suppose
Stealing concrete
if someone
lines.
came up to your house, knocked on the door, and said, "Would you like to buy this?" Would you think that they were just offering you a lion?
Or a line?
A line?
Yeah, probably. So,
okay,
I'll skip out on it.
A bad attempt at a pun that didn't go anywhere.
We
need John Ward back.
I know. Down in Knoxville, Tennessee. The Knoxville, Tennessee police say a 70-year-old woman faces DUI charges. She reportedly struck 9 different parked cars in an apartment complex in one swing through. This happened on Tuesday evening. Officers say it was she was 70. Officers say that she showed signs of impairment and admitted to drinking alcohol after leaving the Chop House, with additional evidence found inside her vehicle. She was taken to the University of Tennessee Medical Center for minor injuries. Police booked her early Wednesday morning on multiple charges, including driving under the influence, trying to park her car maybe and hit, or maybe it was in the restaurant parking lot. No, apartment complex. Okay, looks like she's trying to go home.
Her neighbor's going to be not happy with her.
You hit 9 cars.
I remember back when I was a kid, there was a sweet little old lady in our parish who had an experience down in Providence where she panicked on one of the narrow streets on the east side, and she managed to damage something like 6 cars. She wasn't drunk at all. It was just she was old and wasn't able to react that quickly and just banged one car after another.
Well, on the east side, if she was on Blackstone Boulevard, the right lane isn't a travel lane; it is a parking lane. So maybe she got confused.
Well, after you hit the first one, you stop.
Hey, come on. Yeah, you're
Don't
right.
Don't back up and hit another car
Right.
and then go forward and hit another car.
At a Christmas party I had some years ago where people, I mean, this was quite a few years ago because I've been out of the limo business, for 20 years, 18 years now, 20 years actually. And so it was just prior to that. And the guy, back up, hit a fence. Go forward, hit the telephone pole. Back up, hit a tree. Back up, go forward, hit a car. It was absolutely
comedy of errors.
And we're watching this. Now you're coming closer to my guests' cars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I can stop him, so I go running outside in heels and all. It was, barring the individuals who had their vehicles damaged, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
People running down the street, baseball bats, hockey sticks, the whole bit coming down. Because now the guy is approaching, like he's now at my house.
Yeah.
And they're coming running down Winter Street.
Mm-hmm.
And the police came from Summer Street, stopped behind the truck, basically. When they opened the door, the guy just got out and folded up into the ground.
Really?
But the people were coming running down the street with, like I said, bats, hockey sticks, everything. I met the kid the next day at the tow company that was on Arnold Street, Interstate Towing.
Okay.
They used to repair my limos.
Yeah.
He was there. I went in. I'm like, hey, are you guys the ones that towed that car from X? He's like, yeah. As a matter of fact, the kid's out back. I said, I'll be right back. And I went out, and this poor kid, I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, he caused a lot of damage and so on. He could not stop apologizing to me.
To you, okay.
And I'm like, no, I was going to stop you before you hit any of my guests' vehicles. I said, so you don't need to apologize to me. I said, apologize to yourself for doing what you did. And it was awful.
Yeah,
it was
you're
awful.
pretty brave to go out there running down the street.
Dude.
The guy's driving a 2-ton vehicle, and you're
I don't
in high
care.
heels.
Still doesn't care.
Oh no, because in my opinion, I was there to protect somebody else, which was all the guests at my house, their vehicles. Because
yeah, but just the same, you're taking a big risk on yourself.
Hey, like I said, that was like 25 years. Not that I want to do it today. Let's make that clear.
Okay.
But it was quite some time ago, 25 years.
Whoa.
Okay. From the Remember It Could Always Be Worse department.
Okay. What could be worse than what we're doing now?
In Altadena, California.
Yeah.
A bear has crawled under the home in Altadena more than a week ago, still living there. and the owner, Ken Johnson, says he can't get the bear to leave. So he's forced to live with it. This bear under his house.
Now,
Doesn't the bear? It's hibernation season.
Yeah, but
okay.
So how do you like under a house is a basement? He's underneath.
He must have a crawl space.
Okay.
And you went through the fence or whatever, and now
Okay.
he's crawls under there. Now, Johnson says he's made numerous calls to the California Department of Fish and Wildlife.
Mm-hmm.
They suggest using a fan to vent ammonia fumes into the crawl space, but he fears what the bear would do, like charge out.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he says the only damage so far has been to his trash can. So he's not wrecking the house. He's just looking for a little
place to live,
okay. and get out of the elements. It's
Right.
kind of like a cave of some sort. He's or she has picked under the house.
Where is he? You said in California?
Altadena, Altadena. And the Fish and Wildlife are not going to come out and tranquilize it and drag it away, or no, it's yours. The bear belongs to you now. Oh, thanks. That's what I always wanted.
No, you are right.
It is a crawl space.
It is, yeah. He's crawled.
Stubborn bear won't leave.
He won't leave. He's bringing food back, and then maybe they're going to be hibernating. I don't know.
Well,
get rid of it in the springtime when it wakes up. It'll get up and walk away.
Could be.
Could be. It's too warm under here. I'll go out into the woods where it's a little cooler. And you see that all the time, mostly in California. In the summertime, it's a mama bear and a couple of cubs jumping in someone's pool. You ever see that?
Those are adorable. I'm sorry, they're adorable.
They are cute. Because it's not our pool.
Yes.
Right.
But they just jump in cooling off. And that's what he's doing. He's just, I'm getting out of the elements. And this is a nice the dirt's dry. It's not wet, not muddy. It's kind of comfy.
Right.
right under there. So, and Steve Cropper died. I don't know if you know who Steve Cropper is. He's a guitarist with the Blues Brothers. So.
And I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, he passed away. He was 84 years old. So.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes like 4 or 5 of members of the Blues Brothers band that have passed away.
Oh.
No. Well, you're getting old and things like that happen.
They were a long time ago.
80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it happens, right? Right.
Fortunately, yes.
All right, that'll do it for the show for today. Thank you very much for listening in. Bob Lauder, thanks for coming on in.
Thank you for inviting me. Hope to be with you next week.
All right. Sue, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. Have a good rest of the week.
All right, this is Joe Callahan. We'll talk to you on the Milk Fund auction this afternoon at 4 right here on ON Radio. Gary Smith and the crew's coming up after the 9 o'clock news on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.